Cool. Hello and welcome to episode 3. This week I have introduced a new warm-up routine into my daily session, which I'll run through in a minute. I've been using a website called Sight Reading Factory to help me with my sight reading. I haven't got too much to show you in the way of practice progress this week because I've kind of been stuck on a lesson, but I'll get to that in a little bit. So first I'd like to show you all the little warm-up routine I've been doing. I found this on the Pianote YouTube channel, so I'll post a link to that in the description if anyone's interested. So it's just 4 exercises, it shouldn't take too long. The first one is going up the scale with held notes, so smoothly. Then coming down you play staccato notes, so like quite sharp and quick, so. But doing it with both hands. I'll run through that 2 or 3 times. And then the second exercise is going up the scale. You go from playing quite softly to playing loudly, and then from loudly to soft on the way back down. So. Yep, and the next one is more of like a dexterity exercise. So it might be a bit hard for me to describe this one. So you play C and then the 6th, which is A. So rather than your pinky playing naturally sitting on G, you take it a step up to A. So C, A, and then you kind of reset your hand in that position, so you're moving up the scale a little bit by 1 key. So C, A, and then you play G, A, F, G, E, F, and then play the D where you would have played the C, and then you play the B where you would have played the A. So by doing this, you kind of like slowly work your way up until you get to the next C. So I'll play it and hopefully I made sense describing that. So. But you do it with both hands, so. And then the exercise changes on the way down. So you start on the G and step over the F down to E, and then play the notes down the scale and then back up. But instead of skipping the F again, you actually play the F where you would have played the G, and then step down over E. And by doing that, it kind of works your way back down the scale. Yeah, so they're the 4 exercises that I've incorporated into my daily practice routine. Just to get my hands warmed up so I'm not going into it cold, and helping with my dexterity and kind of note prep. pressure, if that makes sense. So learning to play the keys either soft or hard, just kind of getting that those different kind of levels of strength in my fingers. So after that, I'm doing 10 minutes of sight reading practice a day, and at the moment I'm only on level 1, and I'm trying to take it really slowly with that, and learning to recognise notes a lot easier this week. At the moment the exercises only include single notes, so it's not too complicated. There's no chords or suspended chords like I showed last week. It's all just like single note stuff, but it's really helping me to kind of recognise notes, well, read music really, the very fundamentals of it. So yeah, that's been going well. Right, the exercise that I've been stuck on for the past probably 5 or 6 days, I've been stuck on it because I was noticing I can play it fine if I'm looking at the keyboard, but that's a really inefficient way to play. And if I'm playing from music, I don't want to keep looking down at my hands because it takes me a second to readjust to the music when I look back up at the notes. So to kind of make it more efficient, I'm really trying to increase my spatial awareness of the keyboard and not look at my hands when I'm playing and focus on the sheet music. So this week I've really been trying to do the exercise without looking, and the temptation is definitely there, but it's getting easier as the days go on, and little by little I think I'm getting there. So the exercise I've been doing, I'll do like a shortened version. In my right hand I'm playing solid chords, so C, E, G, for example, the 1, 3 and the 5. But in the left hand I'm just playing, on the 1 beat, I'm playing the C and the G, so just like a shell chord. But then for the next 3 beats, just the C. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that kind of carries on. So after that, instead of playing a C, I'll play an F. And then back to a C. And I'm looking at the moment, that's why I'm doing it so easily. But after that, a G, C, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, that was all looking, so I just didn't want to confuse you trying to explain it and messing up at the same time, but I'll give it a go not looking, and yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been doing this week. It's getting better. The first few days of practicing that, I didn't get it entire way through the kind of exercise without messing up. The past couple of days I've only got it maybe a handful of times in my 30 minutes of practice. But it's getting there, it's getting better, and hopefully, hopefully this week I'll be able to move on to a different lesson, because 30 minutes of that 6 times, it's 3 hours I've been playing those 3 chords, but I'm sure it'll all pay off in the future. And it's nice to know that I'm building the foundations for like solid sight reading, rather than relying on looking down all the time. So yeah, that's episode 3, and thank you for watching. Cheers.